Now, when the Welsh Secretary, David Jones, suggested this week that same-sex couples couldn't provide a, quote, warm and safe environment for bringing up children, it caused widespread anger.
He's since tried to clarify his comments by saying he's not opposed to gay partners raising children, but thinks marriage should be reserved for heterosexual couples.
The controversy has raised questions, though, about issues facing same-sex couples and their desire to have children. Let's speak to Natalie Drew. She's got 2 children with her partner, Aisling Phillips. Natalie, thank you very much for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
Why did you feel that you wanted to have children?
Like I said before, I come from a large family, and it was just the process. You know, you find the right person, you get married, and you start a family. And I'd found the right person, and we wanted a family. Like I said, we'd got nieces and nephews that we had at weekends, but we wanted that experience all the time, you know, our own children.
What do you say to people who say that that's, I don't mean it unkindly, but that's a selfish reason for wanting to have a child?
I think we're all in that same boat where we must all be selfish, because we all have the need to reproduce, to have our own families. And so, you know, you start looking at the different avenues available to start that family.
Tell us a little bit about your story and your children, because you've got 2 children and you both had one each,
yeah,
so to speak. They're a lovely family. Here we are, we've got some pictures of them. Gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. How's family life?
It's amazing, you know, they really bring a lot of joy to our life and keep us busy, you know, and every day is a new day, and it's something new they're going to experience, and it's great seeing it through their eyes. Something which you see all the time and take for granted is something, you know, amazing to them, so it really enriches your time.
Have you come up against any problems at all?
No, I don't think we haven't experienced anything as such. I mean, not directly to us. Of course you always hear of things, but whether there's anything behind it is something else.
Because your eldest is at school now, so other mums at the school gate are quite accepting of your situation.
I think they just see us as the same as them, that we're quite normal, you know. They see that the children are well-rounded and polite and good-mannered, and so they think, well, it must be a good home that they're coming from, because obviously the children are so well-behaved, and, you know, so I think it just gives us, it's a credit to us that they're so, you know, they're turning out so well.
You used a donor on each occasion. How did that work? How did you go about choosing someone?
Well, I mean, we wanted to meet the donor so we could make sure that it was somebody quite normal to ask their, you know, advice, and really just to see how they went about, why they decided to be a donor, their reasons behind it, and we went through the process of, it was a long search because we had quite in-depth donor match that we wanted, and we did meet many different guys and talk through the process, but we wanted somebody that was quite open to contact in the future.
I was going to ask you that, actually. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, there is a move now for donors to have a right to contact. Is that something that already is happening, or something that you will welcome?
I think that if the donor wants to be involved and it's all agreed before conception, then I don't think there's a problem in it. I think the problem comes around when it's not agreed that there's going to be contact, and then the donor requests it. That causes problems.
So you will have that with you? That's all been agreed?
With our donor, he always agreed that you know, the children could contact him when they were older. Obviously, because we used the same donor twice for both of our children. So when it came to trying again, and it took a little bit longer than the first time, he spent more time with Gianna, and a bond started to form, and so the contact became more regular, where it was more than just an email, and now the children see him 2 or 3 times a year. You know, family days out, they know him as Dad, and there's no sort of animosity between us, because obviously we all came together and we made that decision to have these children. So.
Well, thank you for being so open with us. Of course, this is sort of being talked about a lot at the moment. We've had the Welsh Secretary's comments. Some people do feel that there should be a certain environment. That's the comment that he made, that a same-sex relationship is not the right area for bringing up children. I mean, that's the comment that's been made. How would you respond to that?
I think that it needs to be, they need to understand that marriage has changed, it's evolving, and it needs to, for people to still do it, it needs to change, and you know, that it's something that it's all about equality really, and by not allowing gay marriage, which I mean, hopefully it'll go to the House of Lords now and the bill will be passed. But I mean, by doing this, then it makes it more than normal and not so much talked about, because everybody wants this institution of marriage. You know, it's the sort of thing you dream of. I mean, me and Ash had a civil partnership back in 2006 and did the whole white dresses and family there giving us away and so on. But it would have been nice to have the whole church ceremony that we'd dreamed of as children, sort of thing.
Well, look, we wish you well, Ashley, and the two children as well. Thank you, Natalie, for coming in and talking to us this morning.
Yeah, lovely to meet you. Thanks very much. Well, Christopher Adams